Good evening, and welcome to the Troubadours Script Readers Show. My name is Nick Richards. I will be the host, moderator, and narrator for tonight's episode. We here at the Troubadours Show, we're writers and actors promoting art and our careers, participating in a televised dramatic reading. As you can see, there's a QR code on the bottom of the screen. If you are a writer and or director and would like to participate, scan the QR code, fill out the Google form, and we will be contacting you shortly. In future episodes, the introduction won't be as long as this one. After all, this is our inaugural episode and our first reading. Now to the business. So first we will get into our scripts and the roles. So first, the part of Kyle, the protagonist in our script, will be played by Kyle Parris himself. The part of Pamela will be played by Anita Rags. Pamela is Kyle's long-distance girlfriend of 11 years. The part of Brianna will be played by Jessica Holt. Yay! Brianna is Pamela's teenage daughter in the script. And finally, the part of Laura will be played by Nicole Zilmer. And Laura is a YMCA social worker. Exterior, Raymond Park in Evanston, night. Kyle, mid-40s, 6 foot, white with an afro, is in the middle of Raymond Park in Evanston, Illinois. He's squatting with back up against the tree. His pants are down to his ankles. He's pooping. He faces the camera, talks directly to the audience at home.
You're probably wondering why a handsome son of a bitch like me is taking a poop out in the middle of a park at 3 a.m. in the morning. And you're probably asking yourself, am I really paying for a streaming service just to watch a guy take a poop? Well, yes.
He stands up, rips out some newspaper pages.
Just look at all the poop you're watching. My ass produces better poop than what the streaming service does. But I digress.
He starts using the pages to wipe his behind.
The first thing you learn as a homeless person is how to poop in public without getting caught. First, you gotta find a spot that no one can see.
He points at the tree he just used as a toilet.
No one can see this from the road. Second, you gotta find some paper to poop on and wipe with.
I'm not supposed to read that one.
That's you.
It's crossed out.
Any Chicago newspaper will do.
Exterior, Raymond Park, trash can, night. He walks up to the trash can and throws out the turd.
Third, wrap the turd up and put it in the garbage. Pay attention, dog owners. And most importantly, wash your hands in the water fountain. I know y'all think it's gross to wash hands in a drinking fountain. Whatever, it's not like this water's clean anyway. It comes from Lake Michigan. You think people ain't peeing in the lake? Besides, where do you think I am? In a house? I'm freaking homeless.
He starts walking back to the bench.
Why am I homeless? Well, that's what this pilot is all about. Cue the intro.
Interior, the Vendeteria at the YMCA in Evanston, day. Kyle grabs a coffee from the vending machine. He's dressed in a t-shirt, shorts, and flip-flops.
This is the YMCA, where I lived for 11 years. This is the Vendeteria. Get it? It's a vending cafeteria. It's very original. People who came up with that name were probably wannabe comedy writers.
Kyle sips his coffee.
Okay, so this is going to seem a little weird. So let me explain. For the next 20 minutes or so, I'm going to be two different Kyles. When I'm talking to you, I'm the present day Kyle, explaining the events that made me homeless. When I'm talking to the other characters, I'm the 2018 Kyle, actually going through the events that made me homeless. Clear as mud? No? Well, you'll figure it out as we go along. Don't have time to really explain it. We've only got half an hour to get the story told. Oh, we got to get moving.
Kyle walks out of the Ventura into the YMCA lobby. Interior YMCA lobby, continuous. Kyle walks by the wall of mailboxes. He peeks inside his old, current mailbox.
Oh, just checking my mailbox. Old habit.
He keeps walking.
Anyway, I lived in a little room on the 4th floor. Now, how I ended up here is a story for another series.
Kyle walks back to the elevator. Marlon, the resident director, black, built like a linebacker, dressed in jeans, long-sleeved dress shirt, and a fleece vest jacket, Cubs baseball cap. The Cook County Sheriff and Deputy Number 1 and Deputy Number 2, all three dressed in black police uniforms, complete with Kevlar vests and Glocks, are waiting in front of it.
That big black linebacker looking dude is Marlon. He's the residence director. He's the guy that decides if you stay or go. Quite possibly the most intimidating man I have ever met. He once broke a man's jaw simply because someone asked him to do it.
He points to the sheriff and his deputies.
And the Village People Tribute Band? That's the sheriff and his deputies. They're here to evict me.
The elevator door opens.
You go on. Oh, yeah, you go on. I'll take the stairs.
He walks to the stairs.
It all started with bed bugs and laundry. I used to work in the laundry room in the basement. Washing members' towels. You know, members come in, grab a towel, work out, shower, dry themselves with the towel, then throw it in the bin. Well, I was the guy who washed the towels. So I also washed the residents' linens, bed sheets and stuff. One day, a resident got caught with bed bugs in his room, so management, Mr. Linebacker, had me put the linens in the dryer so the heat could kill the bed bugs, which it did. Well, it killed the bugs that didn't jump onto my clothes. Yep, the bed bugs got on me. I unknowingly carried them up to my room. So the exterminators had to come over and they took care of them. So, and that stuff is expensive.
He continues walking up the stairs.
A few months later, the guy in the room directly above me got bed bugs. Since we both have radiators in our rooms, we share a radiator pipe that went through a hole in his floor and in my ceiling. The bed bugs crawled down that hole into my room. Once again, the exterminators were called to work on my room. Once again, that stuff is expensive. They wrapped my mattress up in a bag so as to capture the bugs and starve them to death.
Kyle opens the door to the 4th floor.
Those bugs lasted for a year in that bag, and they roamed free again. And they poked through I accidentally poked a hole in the bag, and they roamed free again. Still alive. They had a free ticket to the Kyle buffet. They had biting me all night. I was too much of a wimp to talk to Marlon, the linebacker, about it. Like I said, he punched a guy in the jaw just on a dare. He intimidated the crap out of me. So much I damn near crapped a brick even when I just walked by him.
He rounds the corner.
Well, to make a long story longer, Marlon found out about it anyway. Yet again, the exterminators were called to work on my room for the 3rd time, and hella money was spent. But this time I had to pay the consequences. They decided that I was costing them too much money, so they evicted me. Sure, we went through the whole legal courtroom process and they gave me a couple of chances to redeem myself, but I was too scared to face them. My being a wimp and all, I don't want to bore you with all the gory details. This show's boring enough already.
Kyle stops at the door to his room.
So, today, Monday, March 12th, 2018, the sheriff decorated my door.
He points to a sign on the door that reads, Sheriff's Notice. Court order for eviction has been completed. Locks have been changed. Contact landlord for removal of personal property per Illinois statute 715.10. Kyle points to a bolt on the door handle.
I was officially homeless. End of exposition. Damn!
Kyle walks off camera, stage right. Interior, YMCA social work office, front door, day. Close-up of a door with the sign that says, Office of Social Work, Laura Jane. Laura, early 30s, brunette, shoulder-length hair, dressed in capri pants and a dress sweater, opens the door.
Kyle, just the person I wanted to talk to.
Apparently a lot of people want to talk to me.
Come in.
Interior, YMCA social work office, continuous.
Have a seat. Did you find another place to live?
Yeah, I got a room at the Ritz-Carlton. Of course I didn't. Not yet, but I will.
Well, there is a homeless shelter just a couple blocks from here. They're called Connections. I can contact them, get you set up with their services, if you'd like.
Hell yeah, I wasn't going to sleep out in the snow. Sure, couldn't hurt.
Okay. I'll call them today. Did you get everything you need out of your room?
Oh, no, can I go up and get it?
We can't let you back in your room for the next 3 days. It's a state law. So if you need anything, come back on Thursday, okay?
Crap!
I have some papers for you to sign. This one is an agreement stating that the Y, as your landlord, can throw out and or use your personal property any way we see fit after Thursday, March 15th, 2018.
My personal property?
Yep.
As in, all my stuff?
Yep. Anything you leave behind will legally become ours after Thursday.
Well, what are you going to do with them?
Probably just donate them to the other residents.
My books?
Yep.
My TV?
Yep.
That TV had an antenna on it. Good luck watching that in 2018. My CDs too?
Yep. Your CDs too.
Yeah, I still listen to CDs in 2018. What? Shut up.
Although, I think a lot of the residents have iPods now, so they might just be thrown out.
Oh. That's okay. Just about all of my CDs are saved onto my phone. Besides, some of them turned out to be trash anyway. So, you're going to throw out the CDs because they're old-fashioned, but not the TV.
I mean, they'll probably just use it as a doorstop.
Kyle signs the agreement.
Okay, this one is an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. This means that you agree to not disclose to competing parties anything pertaining to YMCA's business practices.
Okay. Oh, trust me. I talked plenty of crap about the YMCA's business practices since I signed this. Although I can't do it on this show. The streaming service's lawyers made sure of that.
Okay, last one, I promise. This is a waiver stating that you're not going to sue us over damages to your property that may or may not happen between today, March 12th, and Thursday, March 15th, 2018.
Okay. My stuff's so messed up, I wouldn't notice any new damage anyway.
Okay. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Well, I need a job, a car. Oh yeah, I need a place to sleep. Nope. I think I'm good.
Okay. You still have my number?
Yeah.
If you need anything, you just call me, all right?
Yeah, okay.
It's been a pleasure working with you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Kyle walks towards the door out of the office, but quickly turns back around and faces Laura.
Oh, and call that shelter.
Yep, will do.
Kyle walks out of the office.
You want this door open or closed?
You can leave it open. Thank you. Bye.
Kyle walks away from the door and through the lobby of the YMCA.
I knew this day was coming, but I still didn't believe it came. Damn it!
Exterior, the front steps of the YMCA in Evanston, day. Kyle walks out the front door. There's still snow on the ground. The temperature is hovering around the upper 30s.
It's 30 degrees, snow on the ground. This is how I was dressed for the next 3 days. Now, I needed to go somewhere and figure out where I'm going to sleep for that night. Where am I going to go? The place where all great thinkers go. Stardust.
Kyle walks out of the frame. Then he pops back into the frame.
Well, it's not actually called Stardust. It is that place you're thinking of. You know, the place with all the pumpkin crap. But we legally can't say its actual name, so we'll just have to call it Stardust.
Kyle walks out of frame again. End of Act 1. Begin Act 2. Exterior, downtown Evanston, day. Kyle walks down the sidewalk in downtown Evanston.
I wanted to call my girlfriend Pamela and tell her the news, but I couldn't. I didn't want to.
Kyle turns on the corner onto another street.
We'd been together for 8 years at that point. Well, not really together. She lived outside of Atlanta with her teenage daughter. We met on Facebook. That's another story for another series. I'll put it to you this way. We'd been in love for 8 years. Most of them were good.
Kyle turns another corner onto another street.
I was afraid she'd be too disappointed. Too disappointed in me to continue the relationship. But I also knew that she loved me too much just to kick me to the curb. The Y already beat her to that. I was still in shock myself. I was too busy wondering where the hell I was going to sleep that night.
Kyle keeps walking down the street.
But I couldn't not talk to her. And I sure as hell wasn't going to lie to her. I was just not going to tell her.
Kyle gets his phone out. Apologies. Kyle gets his phone out and dials Pamela via a voice message.
Hi, this is Pamela. Call me back.
Hey, baby girl. I was just walking to Stardust and having a hell of a day. Call me back. I love you.
He hangs up.
See? I didn't lie to her.
Kyle walks into the Stardust. Interior, Stardust, day. Kyle sits at a table with his coffee, whittling away the hours on his laptop. Close-up of Kyle's laptop screen. On the screen of his laptop is a website for homeless shelters. Interior Starbucks. Later. Kyle sits at his table. His coffee is grown cold. He has his head in his hands. Interior Starbucks. Later that evening. Kyle sits at his table, coffee now gone. He's watching something on his laptop. Close-up of Kyle's laptop screen. Kyle's watching Dame Drops on YouTube. Interior Starbucks. Night. Kyle sits at the same table all these hours later, watching Netflix on his laptop. His phone rings. Close-up of the phone, it's Pamela.
Here we go. Baby girl!
Interior, Pamela's living room, night. Pamela, early 50s, neck-length blonde hair, brown frame glasses, wearing crimson sweatpants and sweatshirt, is sitting on her couch at home in McDonough, Georgia, right outside of Atlanta.
Where have you been?
Just a Starbucks.
Doing what?
Just watching YouTube.
You couldn't call me?
I did call you.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I left a message.
Yeah, that was several hours ago.
What have you been doing for the last several hours?
Busy.
Doing what? See, I'm just trying to keep the conversation off of me.
Well, I went to work for a couple hours today.
Oh yeah, that part-time job at the flower shop. How was it?
Well, you know, we had exterminator come in today and take care of the roaches.
Bed bugs and roaches. There's more vermin in here in this episode than Washington, D.C.
Then we got this big order for roses.
Oh, somebody die?
What do you mean?
Like, was the order for a funeral or something?
Yeah, a 93-year-old. A granddaughter called in and ordered 12 dozen roses. I said, y'all doing the Rose Bowl parade or something? She's like, nah, my grandma died. And she just loved roses. I said, oh shit. Well, I didn't say shit. You know, you can't cuss on a job. But I told her, we can get them on the truck and deliver it right over to you, and we'll look like we're in the Rose Bowl parade. And she just laughed.
12 dozen, huh?
Yep.
That's 144 roses.
And my back felt every one of them.
You loaded them yourself?
Yeah, I was by myself today.
Oh, you're a damn good salesman.
They don't pay me minimum wage for nothing. So what happened?
What do you mean?
You said you was having a hell of a day today.
Oh yeah, I just had a bad run-in with my boss.
But you don't work there anymore.
Yeah, but he's still my resident director, landlord, you know.
So what happened? Did you pay your rent?
Yeah, I think that. It's just that I'm having issues with their policies.
You mean the no smoking policy? But you've always been able to smoke in your room.
Brianna, Pamela's 16-year-old daughter, yells from the kitchen.
Mom!
Hold on. What?
When's dinner?
In a minute. I gotta go. Brianna's wanting dinner.
Ooh, what's on the menu?
Well, I got some meatloaves and biscuits in the oven.
At the same time?
Yeah.
Well, don't they cook at different temperatures?
Yeah, it's tricky but doable. Look, I gotta go.
Okay, I love you.
Love you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Both Pamela and Kyle hang up.
I just couldn't bring myself to tell her. I will tell her, just wasn't the time. I didn't want to ruin her meatloaf.
End of Act 2. Wow. That was an amazing reading. Actors, thank you so much for that performance. So just a little bit about this show is about us getting together and reading a script collectively. So let's start with the writer of the script, Kyle Parris, also starring. But can you give us a little bit of a breakdown on the script? Why now, that sort of thing. Thank you.
Oh, why the story now? Well, first of all, this script is actually based on my real life experience being homeless in Evanston for about 2 years, like 2018 to 2020. And in the script, we didn't quite cover in this show, but in other parts of the script, as in real life, I slept nights at the Burger King there in Evanston. And it's in the pilot episode, we just didn't cover it in this particular show. But and then other nights I actually slept on a park bench, when it was nice outside. And again, that is in the show, but it's just not in this what we covered here. And then during the day, like I would do Postmates for a living. Well, not for a living, but to make some money. I would living. If you're making a living, that means you can pay rent. You can do that with Postmates.
Absolutely.
But
yeah.
And so and then I've always wanted to be like a writer, film writer, screenwriter, TV writer, but I never had a really great idea. I had a couple of good ones, but after this homeless experience, I was like, yo, I got a great idea. This guy's me, the main character, is homeless. And the thing I loved most about it was that it had a built-in end game. Like most writers have to create their own end game. Mine was built in. Yes, this guy's homeless. Well, the end game is he gets a home. It's like it's just built in. Yeah, okay. But then I had to create like situations where my character has to go through in every episode, like, I have to get money to go stay at the Burger King. Although they never really charged me anything. I could stay there for free, but I wanted to buy something, right? I needed money for coffee at Starbucks and all that stuff. So.
Well, yeah.
Okay. I'm going on way too long.
Thank you for sharing all of that. Yeah, probably the most chill Burger King to ever exist. 24 hours, I remember.
Yeah. And it's closed.
Yeah. So sad. Well, thank you so much for sharing not just your scripts, but your experiences. And, it's a story that becomes more relevant in this country every day, sadly. But thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you at home for watching, and Michael Gleason for producing.
Michael Gleason.
Well, in the spirit of the show and the collective reading that we're doing, I'd like to go around the room and just ask each actor what you thought about the script, about your experience here in the studio, any impressions you had. We'll start with Nikki, who played Laura.
Well, not sure how close I need to get to this mic. Hopefully this is fine. But yeah, I love the script. I know Kyle in real life, and I love how funny he is, and this is a great reflection of that. I think it's really a great story to get across to people, the sort of difficulties in the system that you've probably encountered. And yeah, I think as far as the experience here, I want to say that I think that Kyle and Anita just totally raised the bar for me for table reads, because that was really outstanding. I mean, just watching you, Kyle, and knowing how Anita, she was so prepared. So this is inspiring for me, and that's my favorite part of this.
Oh, thank you. So let's go to Anita. Any thoughts on your experience today and the script?
Yes, I really enjoyed the script. I love Kyle's banter back and forth with him and his girlfriend. I love how funny he is. In the script with explaining what he's going through, and he has a sense of humor behind it to kind of lighten it up. So I enjoyed the script. Yeah.
Well, thank you. And Brianna,
Yeah.
the daughter of Pamela,
Yes.
played by Jessica Holt. What were your thoughts?
I like the script. I think it's pretty cool, and I like how it's like an anecdote. Like I watch stuff like that on YouTube all the time. Like I don't know, like urban exploring, just like real life stuff. So yeah, it was really cool, and I think you should keep going with it. And also, bed bugs are gross. And yeah, and also I love CanTV, and I loved Michael Gleason's.
We'll get you more lines.
Sweet. I really liked Michael Gleason's drumsticks. They're really tasty.
So hearing all of that, Kyle, I'm curious if you have anything to say back to the authors or the actors, or
I need those
any closing thoughts?
drumsticks.
All right. Yeah.
But I want to get to them before they're gone. But this was great experience. Again, thank you, Michael Gleason, the producer, and thank you guys, Anita, Nicole, Jessica, Nick. Thank you so much for wanting to be a part of this. And thank you. Thank you for watching. Yay.
Thank you to the amazing crew as well.
Yeah, the crew did awesome.
Yeah.
Crew.